Oh,
Very pleasant good evening to each and every one. This is Jamaican Explosion. I'm here with Nadine today, and glad you were able to join us this evening. And we're actually live in the studios right now. So, Nadine, I would like for you to take it over, please.
hi everyone. Thank you so much for joining us today. We have an awesome panel lined up for you. We have Xavier Burke, Godfrey Blair, Marcus joining us. Hey! I'm so excited to see you all. Thank you so much. We do have Mr. Godfrey who is having some issues, but he's going to join us shortly. And coming up on the Strength to Breathe, we're actually gonna on this is Jamaica. We're gonna have Peter Gracie and Miss Norma from Ofana coming up with us. So we have an exciting program. Not to forget, we do have Miss Maya coming up on the Strength to Breathe. So thank you guys. Thanks again for joining us. Pastor Rob is indirectly not with us, but I hope that you will still enjoy the show and stay tuned and like, follow, share. We'll be happy to have you and just enjoy and be informed. So I hope you guys had an awesome weekend, or better yet, you're having plans for tonight, maybe into tomorrow. Just bear in mind that next Saturday is the Atlanta Caribbean Awards show. And this is where the awardees are actually being recognized for their contribution. And those are some of the few persons we have today. And joining us first is Xavier. How are you, Xavier?
Good evening, ma'am. How are you doing? I'm doing good.
Good. And I definitely want to thank you so much for joining. I know we have a time difference, Xavier, so it must be a struggle. Where exactly are you today?
Right now, I'm currently in Central Texas. I'm in Killeen, Texas right now. That's pretty much where I'm at right now. So it's a 1 hour time difference.
Okay, thanks. I know you weren't. So Xavier, tell us a little bit about yourself and why you think you were nominated for such a prestigious award.
Oh, so about myself, I was born January 17th, 2001. I pretty much came from my mom who is a Jamaican born. So, I learned the heritage from there, learned all the culture. I know pretty much all the stuff. I understand patois, all that. So, yeah, anybody can speak to me. I pretty much know what's going on and what to do, when to do. And, yeah, that's pretty much it.
So Xavier, you're being modest. I mean, look, what's this? So just because you're Jamaican, you're getting an award? Tell us
No, 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 no.
about
Since
why you're getting the
why
award.
I'm getting the award because um, I got an award in education, so I got three degrees. I have an associate's in aviation science. I have a bachelor's in aviation science, professional pilot, and I have a bachelor's in aviation management as well. So I think that pretty much helped me attain the award as it's a great achievement. It's
Well,
pretty.
yes, that's why you definitely were recognized as one of the rising stars, someone that persons need to look out for because at such a young age, Xavier, you are doing things, and I'm sure
Thank
there's
you.
going to be greater more things left for you to happen.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. I appreciate it so much.
So, the award is next Saturday. Are you gonna be coming in? How is that for you?
Oh, yes, ma'am. I'll be there. I'll be in attendance for sure.
Do you have any relatives in Atlanta or anything?
Yes, ma'am. I have lots of relatives in Atlanta, so we're gonna bring the whole family. Everybody's gonna
Okay,
be there
that's
for sure.
that's great. We are so looking forward to seeing you. And guys, we're talking about the Atlanta Caribbean Community Awards show. which is going to be next Saturday, the 9th, 2024. And we are going to have guest performances from Miss Tanya Lou. There's also performances from Professor Roach and others. We also are going to have an after party. The after party starts at 10 p.m., guys. So come on out. If you don't want to be for the awards, you can come on out for the after party. So, Xavier, I don't know if you're going to stick around for the after party or if you can keep up with us.
Oh yes, ma'am. I'll definitely be able to hang for real. Yes, honestly.
So, can you dance like a Jamaican or not?
Nah, 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 I don't got that in me now. Unfortunately, nah.
Well, guess what? You're still at an age where we can still train you. So, definitely, we're looking forward to seeing you and to hanging with you.
Yes, ma'am. Vice versa.
All right. All right. So hang on with us a bit. Let me
Yeah.
just talk real quick with the other guest. Is that Marcus?
Yes, this is Marcus.
How are you doing? How are you doing? Thank you so much for joining Jamaican Explosion.
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Thanks for having me.
You are welcome. So, as an awardee, you want to tell us a little bit about yourself and why you're getting this outstanding award?
Well, I'm an accountant. I'm a CPA, and I've been kind of active in the community for a number of years now. Wesley Graham, he's always um, having me, you know, contribute to stuff and attending events, So we've been doing that for a number of years now, and I hope to continue doing it going forward.
Okay, I want to thank you so much for actually giving back to the community. Sometimes people forget to give back. So, hats off to you for stepping up and being willing to give back to your community. We definitely appreciate it. And this is going to be mine a little thank you of our appreciation for your community service.
I wouldn't have it any other way.
I know you mentioned that you're a CPA and tax time is close by. If there's anyone that wants to reach out and get your services, how could they get it?
Well, they can go to our Facebook page, or
Mhm.
they can go to our website, which is jeffersonmartincpa.com, or they can reach us on Instagram as well, jm.m.a_LLC. But if that fails, if they are in Atlanta, they can reach out to Mr. Graham. But like I said, if they are not in the state, then they can go to our website, and it will direct them to our telephone numbers, our email addresses.
You couldn't have come on the show without being put on the spot. Are there any little at least five little tips or three little tips you can give us?
Well, depends. Depends. Most people are individuals filing a 1040, so they should be aware that the deadline is coming up, April 15th.
Mm-hmm.
If they're corporations, 1120 S's or partnerships, that deadline is March 15th.
Mm-hmm.
So if they're not going to be filing on time, they need to file an extension
Mm-hmm.
by the 15th for all partnerships and LLCs. Other than that, you should definitely get in touch with your tax preparer. And if you cannot find one, we'd be happy to help you.
Definitely appreciate. And I look forward to actually meeting you. Will you be coming out with the entire family?
Yes, I will.
Okay, we definitely look forward to talking some more with you and actually meeting your family. Are we were we able to get Mr. Godfrey back on? Oh, hi, Mr. Godfrey. How are you doing? Mr. Godfrey Blair, how are you? You're having an issue with your sound. We're not hearing you, Mr. Blair. So let's go back and talk some more to our guests before we actually get on with Mr. Blair. So Xavier, you're living in Texas now. What is next for you? I see you just graduated.
Yeah, so right now I'm working on getting my certified flight instructor license, and then I'm going to teach people how to fly airplanes, most likely the smaller planes, and then I'll work my way up into the multi-engine, and then eventually an airline pilot. So that's on the very, very much on the horizon, real soon.
Wow. So what started your interest in this?
So if you can, when you see my family, they're gonna say I've been wanting to do this since I was 4 years old, since I was small, and all I'm pretty much doing is just following my dreams, just staying positive, reaching my goals, and attaining them. That's pretty much what I'm doing right now.
That I'm so in awe of you because that must have taken quite a lot of dedication and commitment.
Yes, ma'am, it did a lot of hard work. It's definitely paid off finally now.
And the sacrifices, some of those parties you may have had to sacrifice.
I'm not really the most party person. I'm pretty much about business, so I didn't really miss it on parties. I'm reaching my goal, which is the most important thing.
So are you going to be staying in Texas or coming back to us in Atlanta?
Maybe, who knows? You never know. Delta's a big capital in Atlanta, so if they hire me, I may have to move to Atlanta or even Southwest as well. It's pretty much whoever pays me. I wouldn't say pays me the most, but whoever pays me, I would say whoever hires me first because it's about getting in the door, doing what you love for a living because it doesn't feel like work once you're doing something you want to do, pretty
Wow,
much.
that's that,
So yeah,
that's that's exciting. Anybody from Delta listening? Wesley,
yeah,
dropping any names?
sure.
Uh,
Yeah. Yep.
Wesley, we're putting you on the spot. We are putting you on the spot today. So definitely, I know we're supposed to have Chubby or Wesley join in to tell us a little bit about the Caribbean, the Atlanta Caribbean Community Awards. I can see if they have joined. Let me just check just a moment. So I know Pastor Rob is one is instrument. Wesley is actually the founder of the Atlanta Caribbean Community Awards show, but Pastor Rob joined after, so they're both the main persons for the award show. So I'm hoping I could get one of them to come on and just share a little bit what's the inspiration behind this community awards and why they felt that this was something they needed to do to recognize members of the different Caribbean diaspora. Hey, Pastor Rob, thank you so much for joining.
Well, I guess it's the very first time that I'm joining. I'm not running the program,
Thank
but
you for being my guest.
yes, it's a pleasure to be your guest today, Nadine. Mr. Xavier, how are you doing, sir?
Doing good, sir. How about yourself?
Oh, very good, very good. To the question that Nadine put forward, we when I got with Wesley, he was in the process of doing the award for the second year, and he asked me to come on in and help as far as getting it out. And speaking together, we realized that the award was really focusing on ordinary citizens or Caribbean folks, whether they're in the Caribbean or they're back or they're here in the United States doing extraordinary things. So we wanted to showcase ordinary people doing extraordinary things, not necessarily superstars, so to speak. There's a lot of shows that focus on the superstars, and we do have some superstars on the program, but our main focus are that's for ordinary people that doing extraordinary things.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so so basically that's the focus of the awards, as well as to recognize those sponsors that are in the area that normally sponsors most of the events around the Atlanta area. We found out that uh, maybe most of the Caribbean events are sponsored by several or more than several sponsors. So someone had to notice those sponsors. They're the ones that back the money or the food or whatever it needs to get the events done in the area. So somebody had to recognize them. So they came a part of the awardees at the Atlantic Caribbean Community Award. And so does that answer your question, Nadine?
Yes, it does. And do you want to just tell us some of the different categories we're going to be having?
Well, we have the humanitarian category that we'll be um, uh, recognizing, because I say this is a recognition award, those who have made a contribution within the communities, those that are helping others out in different areas. Those are the humanitarians that they go out of their way, and as the word says, to help other folks. And so that's one category there. We have radio and television for the Caribbean folks within the area that are excelling on radio and some on television. We have this year film and journalism, as we're recognizing a local filmmaker that's in the area and a local journalist that, and it will grow over the time. It will grow over time. But we're recognizing those that we know, and we're asking those that have not made themselves known to check with us, join up with us, and in the coming years, we will also be recognizing you.
I know there's an education category as well.
Yes.
Um,
Hmm.
what other categories are there? I think there were like 7 categories.
Yeah. So we have education.
Sports.
Oh, sports is big. We don't only recognize the sports individuals that are here in the Atlanta or area, but we recognize those individuals who have achieved great statuses within the Caribbean. Whether you're from Jamaica, whether you're from Trinidad and Tobago, Guyana, will have some of the greats. Sometimes the greats they get a little older, and they weren't in the era of social media. So now we give them a chance to be awarded, and a lot of them we find out have not gotten the recognition that they should have gotten back in their days. And Mr. Godfrey was one of those.
Yes, I was just about to
Yes.
say, Mr. Godfrey Blair, international cricketer. I was so looking forward to talking with him, but he's having issues with his mic. But
Yeah.
guys, come on out to the award show just to know a little bit more about Mr. Godfrey and whoever
Mm.
else is getting that award in sports.
And of course, we got Mr. Marcus, who contributes in many ways to the community with his services, and he's on with us today, Mr. Taylor. So pretty much that's the gist of the recognizing ordinary folks doing extraordinary things, I say. Okay?
And yes, thank you. And like Pastor Rob says, we're not just recognizing one Caribbean country, we're actually recognizing persons from as many Caribbean countries as possible. We have actually reached out to different diasporas, asked them to select someone that they see is making a contribution that should be recognized. So that's how we got some of the names for the awardees. They were nominated by their peers. So that's how we got that name. And we are looking forward to partnering with more diasporas for 2025 to have more awardees be recognized.
And of course, there is the address for the award show. If anyone is watching and they have not gotten their tickets yet, it's actually next Saturday evening, March the 9th, and it'll be taking place at the Front Page event venue, and they're Haiti 10 Rockbridge Road, Latona, Georgia. So it's in the neighborhood. We didn't move it up into the rich areas. We kept it. It's not a bucket event, so to speak. We kept it where everyone it's accessible to everyone.
Definitely, definitely. We're definitely looking forward to seeing persons come out. And once again, guys, there's the after party. So if you have like a previous event, the after party doesn't start until 10 p.m. So definitely come on out. If some of your family is not able to come and see you actually receive the award, they can come and party with you, right? And Mr. Marcus, you can get some of the tax stress off your head for a minute.
Well, yes, but I'd really like to just um, big up Mr. Wesley Graham, because he's been, I call him Mayor Graham,
Mhm.
because he's been really doing a very good job in the community, and it's and he doesn't get paid for it. That's the thing about it. He does it out of the goodness of his heart. So I really try and support him as much as I can. And like I said, I just try to. It's a big up Wesley, because he's like I said, and it's been years now he's been doing it, you know. But and I just like to say that, as far as I'm concerned, we are a full service CPA firm, and that means that we do everything. We do auditing, we do bookkeeping, we do. And what we try to do, I've been in this thing for about 10 over. Well, I've been accountant all my life, really, but what I've noticed is that a lot of people in our community, the Caribbean community, kind of you know they struggle to get good service, in terms of people who really willing to listen to them, So I just like to let everyone know that with Jefferson Martin, they have a firm that will listen, you know, all the time.
Okay, that's good, Mr. Marcus.
Okay.
Because some of the times you can't find a good accountant, or you even bring them your stuff and then they still tell you it's filed late and so many deadlines. So we definitely want to appreciate persons who stay on top of the game and help us
Yeah,
stay away from that taxman.
and like I said, I tell people all the time that for me it's not about the money, it's more about the satisfaction that you get from helping a mom, helping an elderly folk, helping someone who really needs the help, and sometimes when they tell me some of the things that they've been through, you know I kind of understand that we have a niche as Caribbean folks to really provide service to our people.
So where exactly in Atlanta is your office located? So if persons want to come on down and book an appointment, or do they have to book the appointment
Yes,
first?
they have the book an appointment. We're located in Snellville, so and we like I said, you can go to our website. The firm's name is Jefferson Martin and Associates LLC. The website is jeffersonmartincpa.com. And once you get in touch with us, we would be happy to set up an interview, have you come over to our office, and like I said, we have clients from all over, so it doesn't matter where you're from. We do a lot of we have clients in New York, Florida, Texas, Massachusetts. We have clients all over. So
So are you guys offering extended hours now since you're in the tax season?
I tell you, boy, sometime I have to shut up a phone, because my extended hours goes 7 to 7, 24/7 sometimes.
Mm.
But that's the service that we offer. We understand that people have different time schedules, and sometimes it doesn't work. The 9 to 5 doesn't work for them. So we definitely try and
Mhm.
accommodate. Um, but our regular hours are 8 to 7, Mondays to Fridays, Saturdays 9 to 3. But of course, I do get calls on Sundays. Believe
So Xavier, when you get into the working
me.
world, remember Mr. Marcus, okay? Even if you're
Yeah,
in
for sure.
Texas.
Yes, yes,
Definitely
yes,
build that
definitely,
connection for real.
definitely, Mr.
Look forward to
Zane.
meeting you too.
Same here, same here.
Mr. Godfrey, are you able to join us now? Mr. Godfrey, are you able to join us? Are you able to let us hear from you? Mr. Blair? Mr. Blair seems to still be struggling with his audio. Well, guys, I want to thank you for coming on. Just hang on with us for a few minutes, and then we'll see you next week.
Yes, ma'am. I can't wait to meet you and all you
Same
guys.
here,
Sure.
same here, same here.
Yes,
And
sir.
by the way, Nadine is my mother-in-law's name, so you'll be meeting her. Okay.
Okay, awesome. That is
All
awesome.
right.
And just so I know no Pastor Rob's gonna get me for this one. I'm now Nadine.
Okay, Miss Nadine.
Yes, ma'am.
When in Rome, you have to do like the Romans do. So I'm Nadine.
Indeed, indeed.
Pastor Rob, you have that tribute up and ready? Pastor Rob, are you there?
I'm here.
Okay. Do you have that tribute up and ready?
What tribute are you speaking about now?
The condolences and the,
No, I don't have that ready yet, but I will get it ready in a couple of minutes. Okay.
okay,
Very good. Very
okay.
good.
Sounds good.
So,
Sounds good.
so let's go ahead and tell the folks about things that will be coming up within the area, here in the Atlanta area.
Well, apart from the Atlanta Caribbean Association, the Atlanta Jamaican Association, they're actually going to be having their monthly meeting at Exchange Park. And they're inviting members who are from Jamaica to come on out to see what that association is all about. If you want, they do have some exciting things coming up, some projects that they want their members to get involved with and to help them to do different things, not just locally in Atlanta, but back in Jamaica as well. So, guys, definitely come on out. They're gonna be having for March, which is Women's Month. They're gonna be having an awesome guest speaker. They're also gonna have the um, Dr. Elaine Bryan there as well, and others. They normally have a cultural segment as well. So we usually have so much fun at these monthly meetings. So we're definitely inviting persons who are from Jamaica or Jamaican background to come on out and see what we do. Come and see if you want to be a part of that. Coming up in April, we also have the Taste of Mableton coming up. That's going to be April 10th, Saturday. We are going to be have the Atlanta Jamaican Association. They're going to have a float, And we're going to be representing in our colors: green, black, gold. So, guys, we encourage anybody who actually lives close to the area to come on out and support us, be a part of the float, be a part of the fun. The float will start at 7:30. And after that, the Taste of Mableton, where you can buy food, beverage. They'll also have an entertainment segment. So definitely, guys, come on out, show your colors. Let's represent. Of course, Pastor Rob will be broadcasting that on his Facebook page live. But guys, nothing beats coming out and being there in person. So we definitely invite you to come on out and support. And we're going to be having lots more activities as the weather gets better. We're going to have lots more upcoming events that we'll advise you about. There's always the Mikey Sparkle show for Father's Day. There's just so much. In August, you normally have a gospel concert. But guys, there's so much. You definitely want to come back to Atlanta if you're staying away from us.
Most definitely. So, we got quite a few things that will be coming up in the area and around the area, so to speak. And
Wesley
just about in a couple of minutes, we'll have Mr. Peter Gracie stopping by just for a second, and Nadine, who's the guest on This is Jamaica this week.
Her name is, let me get that for you right real quick. I'm sorry. Oh no, I can't find it.
She's the first Jamaican woman to earn a doctorate in engineering. She's a social entrepreneur and development engineer, Dr. Claire Nelson.
Okay, so yeah, Dr. Claire Nelson. Do you have Dr. Claire Nelson? Okay, uh, there we go. We're gonna share her a little bit right there for you.
It's actually Norma. Oh, I can't find
No, no,
it.
no. That's Dr. Claire Nelson, right? Mm-hmm. It's Norma.
It's Norma
Okay.
from Ofana. She's from Ofana.
Okay.
And what they'll be doing is discussing their partnership with the This is Jamaica team in terms of sustainable agriculture at the Redwood Primary.
Okay. Okay. Very good. So you go on, and I'll get her up in a couple of minutes. Mhm.
Her name is actually Norma Jarrett. So Miss Jarrett is going to be joining us shortly on the show. Was Wesley able to join us? I think he was going to join us. Did he tap in? So, guys, we do have that. We're also going to be having Miss Mia joining us on the segment The Strength to Breathe. And Miss Mia is going to be discussing 5 ways to redefining ourselves and become a better version of who we need to be. So, definitely just stay tuned, stay on for that, and we'll definitely provide you that information. I know a lot of you also heard about the passing of Peter Morgan from Morgan's Heritage, and we were hoping to share a little bit on that with you in terms of a little condolence to his family. I'm not sure if we're gonna still gonna be able to do that. Mr. Godfrey, are you able to join us now? How's your video? I see that Miss Annette James is joining us. She's saying, hello, how are you doing? Good to see you all. Thank you for joining, Miss Annette James. Thank you for joining. I hope you'll stay on when we talk to Miss Norma from Ofana, because your husband had an awesome idea, and I definitely would want to see if this is something Ofana would want to partner with us on a project. So I hope you guys are able to stay on for that. That's going to be quite an awesome conversation.
Okay, so we have this is Jamaica coming up in a couple of minutes right here. We'll have the Peter Morgan segment coming up in a couple of seconds here. But we just want to thank everyone for tuning in. Mr. Xavier is still with us, I believe, and of course, this is Jamaican Explosion on a Saturday evening, and quite a few things happening next week, as we have Mr. Ralston Barrett, who will be coming in from Jamaica here, a publicist, and he'll also be receiving an award. So we want to let everybody know that come on down, check us out, and make sure that you're in tune to us here at Jamaican Explosion to get the very best in what's happening in the Caribbean Community Awards next week. Okay, do remember, when you have a chance, I would like for you to go over to Miss Sparkle D's Restaurant and Lounge at 3370 Sugarloaf Parkway Suites, and go ask for Mikey himself for some of the best Caribbean cuisine within the Atlanta area. And I know, Nadine, you have been there and have experienced the good food that they have over at Sparkle D's there.
Never
So
fails. It
yeah,
never fails. Never
fails, huh?
fails. That escovitch fish and that soup, it always hits the spot. And with this
Mhm.
weather, guys, the soup is the best thing. Today is like soup day.
Mm. So, as I said, we're going to try to get you some Peter Morgan's music in a second or so. So just stick and stay with us as we get ready to. Mhm. Okay.
I saw something being advertised that his date, his funeral date is coming up shortly. Once again, we definitely want to offer condolences to Mr. Pastor Rob, who's part of the family, and the other Morgan's family, because he passed at such a young age. It's always a little challenging when someone that young, someone that has so much more to go, so much more to do, so much to offer. So we definitely feel your pain, feel your sorrow, and just know that we are here for you if you need a hug, even if it's a virtual hug.
Yeah, that's all right. That's all right. Mm, I got some Mr. Peter Morgan playing in the background. You're not able to hear it?
No, we're not hearing it. We are so
Okay.
not hearing it.
Okay, that's all right. We're gonna get that going for you in a second here. Okay. Trying to do this remotely as I'm away in New York and running the show remote from a remote place today. So the stick and stay. I know when the this Jamaica section comes up, we'll have our guest on with Mr. Peter Gracie, and we'll have the music flowing here in just a second as we get going with that. Also, we were expecting Mr. Wesley Graham to be on, and of course, he said Chubby from the cricket team to stop by here at Jamaican Explosion and speak with us this evening. And I'm really looking forward to both those gentlemen to come on as they are both a part of the team that's putting together the award show for next week. So, you know, as I said, good things are happening. Great things are happening from 6 to 8. Maybe a little bit to around 8:30. We'll have food there at the award show. Some of the best food in town. Okay, so we want for you to come out and enjoy a meal with us even before we get the awards started. Miss Tanya Lou coming down from Canada. She will be here next week too, and well, she'll be in Atlanta next week, and of course, we know her as the Miss Lou impersonator, but she does her own songs and her own poetry, and we're looking forward to her being with us next week as well. So there's a lot of things that's going to be happening in the Atlanta area next week, and we're looking forward to those things happening. And we would also like to say a very special shout out to the Atlanta Jamaica Association as they have their meeting next week, but many of the members will be joining us at the award show. So, what's coming up as far as the Atlanta Jamaica Association, Nadine?
Well, it's gonna be the Women's Month, so definitely that's gonna be exciting. They'll be having an awesome speaker there. They're actually starting this at 5:30 p.m. just so they can have people come out, because one of the concerns persons had was that it was too dark to drive back home. So they did make a change for that. So it's at Exchange Park, and they are encouraging persons come out as early as 5:30. They do have some awesome guest speakers. After the guest speakers, it allows you an opportunity to meet the members or to socialize with persons you may know. They do offer a little refreshment, but the whole thing basically is to just bond and reconnect with each other. So definitely, and to hear what's happening in the association, what's upcoming, we do have the High Five Walk, which is a part of Oliver Mayer's, the CG's profile. He actually does that to raise funds for the hospitals in Jamaica. So that's going to be kicking off as well. The Atlanta chap segment is going to kick off with the Taste of Mableton. We're hoping to have him be a part of our float. He was a part last year. So just to have him come down and to get that part kicked off, we'll also be having that coming up as well. So we're hoping persons will sign up to walk or to run for the High Five in May. So much more activities gonna be upcoming, guys.
Also, I want everyone to join us over at Caribbean Live TV on Tuesday evening. That's another platform that we present to. And I definitely would like for you all to slip over there on Tuesday evening on CLTV and check out Caribbean Extravaganza as we bring you information from the Caribbean on that show. Okay, very good. Once again, this is a Jamaican Explosion. Myself and Miss Nadine here on a Saturday evening, and we're broadcasting remotely today. And it's glad to have you on with us today, and glad that you're able to join with us today. And we're expecting quite a few people. Mr. Blair, we'll try him again. I'm not sure if his audio has kicked in, but I know I see him here. We'll try him again at this moment and see how he's doing. Okay, so he was on and he has cut out just there for a second. I'm not sure what's going on with his feed today. Okay, so we have things that are happening in and around the area. And let me see if I could get something from this lady right here.
61 candles.
From Miss.
61 candles burning bright in
See if I could get something
Jamaica.
up from Miss.
Morning,
I'm going to see if I could get something up
illuminating light
from Miss
in the
Tanya Lowe here
darkness.
for us.
Purified,
Okay.
signified.
We're hearing her. We're hearing it. We're hearing it.
On the plight, praying hands from Negril to Moran Point, calling out to the Almighty, the fresh fire of the Holy Spirit, blazing, roaring through our nation for a new dispensation. Jamaica, land we love, fight the good fight. 61 candles burning bright in Jamaica. Hear the ancestors cry, championing descendants to pass the baton of freedom, not mental slavery or knavery. Candles alight, inspiring a new dawn to ensure the foundation of faith, fortitude, hard work, good attitude, beating drums, the pulsating of the heart, sunshine emanating, heralding a fresh new start. 61 candles burning bright in Jamaica. A spark becomes a flickering light from the divine watching over us, talking to us, guardian angels giving signs of the times to reset our minds so our destiny be filled with melody of an enduring, excellent legacy of an island territory so small, yet our people big worldwide and stand tall. 61 candles burning.
Okay, Miss Tanya Lou there doing with 61 candles. And once again, we'll invite you to come out to the Atlanta Jamaica Community Awards to experience Miss Tanya Lou in action. Okay? All right.
I know
Okay.
Mr. Graham says he's trying to join us. So, guys, just give us a moment. He's just having some technical difficulties, but he's definitely hoping to join. Once again, for those who are not aware, the Jamaican Caribbean Community Awards is actually his brainchild. So, that is why we're trying to get him on to actually share his vision, what allowed him to start. And actually, where does he see this projecting to in another 2 or 3 years? So, Mr. Graham, we're all waiting on you.
think I might have heard somebody just plug in, but let's see what's going on here and see whether or not. I think all our lines. Oh, Mr. Wesley, I see he's getting ready to come on. All he has to do is turn his cameras on, and then we'll have him on in just a second right here. Okay, and as he gets ready to come on, we're just going to share to you that Mr. Professor Roach will be one of the entertainers for the upcoming award show this coming Saturday. And if you have not experienced Mr. Professor Roach, you definitely want to check him out. You definitely want to come see him. He's a great singer within his own rights, and we expect him to just be showing out and showing out that day. I think I got Mr. Wesley on here. We'll bring him on screen and see how he's doing. Okay, let's get some better angles on here. This, yes, sir. How you doing, Mr. Wesley? Not hearing you. You got to turn your volume, your microphone on. Mm-hmm. Might be having some problem with his audio feed there. Mm-hmm.
We can see you, Mr. Wesley, but we can't hear you.
Okay, so tell him to call me on my telephone, and I'll get him on with telephone. I don't have my mic with me. Mm-hmm. Yes, so this is indeed Jamaican Explosion on Saturday evening, and we have Mr. Wesley Graham with us, and he's going to be speaking to us about the Atlantic Caribbean Community Awards, and we want to just share a few things on that from Mr. Wesley Graham as soon as we get his audio going right here. I'm not having trouble with everybody's audio, so I know that it's not the audio here. Okay, let me see here. Okay. Okay, Mr. Graham, can you hear us?
Yes, good evening. How are you?
Can you guys hear me out
Yes,
there?
we can.
Okay, so we got Wesley with us, and we're here on Jamaican Explosion, and Nadine has a couple of questions to ask you concerning the award.
So, Wesley, there would be no Caribbean Award show without Wesley being the innovator that you are and setting the tone and starting it all. What was your inspiration to starting that?
Well, before I get into that, I must say good evening to you, Madam Lady, and to Pastor Rob.
Okay, go ahead, Wesley.
You hear me?
Sir,
Yes,
we're
very
hearing
in
you.
time.
Good evening.
Yes, I said before I start, I said good evening, Nadine, and how are you? And to Pastor Rob, how are you both
We are
doing?
having a perfect day. We are enjoying ourselves. We're looking forward to the show next week, and we're looking forward to hearing more about your inspiration to starting this great award show. Pastor Rob, did you disappear? Because we're not hearing Wesley.
You hear me now?
Okay.
You hear me now?
Yes, we're hearing you now.
Yeah, to answer your question, Nadine, you say, how do I come up with this vision to get started? Well, the vision came along, I noticed a lot of people in our community, they are doing great work, and there's nobody around to recognize these great individuals. Young people like Xavier, adult people who are doing extremely well back home and abroad, and, they are not being rewarded. So I decided to start the award show so we can recognize people.
Okay, so how many years now have you been doing this?
Well, we're going into the third year as we speak. March 9th will be the third year.
And how many awardees, I should say, you have for this year?
Well, in the back of my head is about in the late 30s, in addition with the sponsors. So it's in the 40 bracket and going somewhere, I don't have the exact number, but somewhere we're about.
Yes, and I'm sure come next year you're gonna be trying to contain yourself to have less, but there's always so many persons to be recognized.
Great question. We cannot do everybody each year, so myself and Pastor, it's so difficult on us to really come up with the exact number because the community, from the whole Caribbean community itself, and here itself, back home, the number is so huge. So look at it on that aspect. It's really, really difficult to really come up with a number at this point.
I know you weren't on before, but Marcus has dubbed you the mayor.
Oh my God. I'm so honored and humbled to hear that.
He had just awesome things to say about you and being partners with you, and that he's always have a great working relationship in terms of sponsoring events, and he's looking forward to that continued partnership. Is that correct, Marcus? Did I get it right? Is Marcus still on, Pastor Rob?
Let's bring him back to the screen.
Marcus, do you have your volume on?
Yes, I'm here now. Yes, I was saying that, Mayor Graham, he's been doing an awesome job over these years. So, and I mean, like I said, we really appreciate him for what he does. He and like I said, he does it year after year after year.
I can go further with our conversation with myself and Marcus. I remember when I was basically homeless, and Marcus was one of the person who took me under his wings. And so, Wesley, here's the key: keep climbing. And he always tell me, sky's the limit for me. And this relationship is going on over 20-something years now. And he's a great person. I respect him and his family. And they're always doing humanitarian work in the community. And I really appreciate him for the hard work he's putting in the community and back home. And I'm so happy and elated to really tell him on this platform to let him know how much I respect him and his family. So Marcus, you heard from me.
The feeling is mutual, Mr. Graham. You know that already, right? The feeling is mutual, And like I say, I see you do so much for others, And that's my philosophy,
Thank you.
Our life is nothing if we're not helping each other,
Yes. And to go further, I must really acknowledge Pastor, the great work he's doing. And Pastor, I really appreciate you, yourself and Nadine. And also, so we have a good team here going, and let us keep it going this way. We have our ups and downs, but such is life. Yeah. But the good thing about it, we stay respectfully with each other.
And the other team members too, Jamel and Chubby, Anthony Dwan, and Cameron Coates.
Right. And it would be respectful, and that's the number one thing to our success, And Pastor, big up and big respect to you also.
Very good. Also, it's a good way.
Xavier, are you there?
I'm not sure if he's still on, but I'll check to see if he's still on. he was on for quite a while with us and Wesley. So we I think if he dropped off as our guest list is getting kind of uh, tight here, so we have to make a little room for this is Jamaica coming up in a second and so forth like that. So he probably dropped off for a second, but we spoke with him earlier, and he's quite an amazing young man in his own rights.
Beautiful.
Hmm. Yeah.
It's a great program, Pastor, and you're doing an excellent job
Yes,
in the
indeed.
community, and continue to you and Nadine.
Yes.
I like to see Nadine laughing,
Yes, yes, yes. Yes, 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 yes.
She give me that vibe, when she laughing.
Mhm.
But Marcus, we're definitely looking
Yeah.
forward to seeing you next Saturday and meeting Nadine. This is Nadine. Looking forward to
Yes.
meeting Nadine.
Yeah, you're gonna meet Nadine, and I'll tell her that she's gonna meet Nadine.
And Wesley, thanks again for being such an inspiration to the community. And it's great working with you. And I'm looking forward to, seeing this grow even more to bigger and better for 25.
Well, without you, Pastor, and the rest of the crew, I wouldn't be able to continue do it all alone, sir. Kudos to you guys who put God first and everything else after. Respect and love.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, guys.
Very good. So that's the voice of Mr. Wesley Graham there, and original founder of the Atlanta Caribbean Community Awards, and now we work together as co-chairpersons of the event, and we hope to have you come out next week and of course enjoy the Atlanta Caribbean Community Awards with us. A lot of great things happening next week, and we're looking forward to that. I believe I have a legendary mix here, and we'll try to get it played just for a second here. See if it'll go for me about now.
Pastor, if you're playing it, we're not hearing it. We're not hearing it, Pastor. I see you bobbing your head, but we aren't hearing it, so we can bob our
Okay, all
heads
right.
too.
Okay, so we're gonna get that up for you in a second. Nadine, just go on and introduce Mr. Peter Gracie is getting ready to come on with us from This is Jamaica on a Saturday evening. As I said, I'm remote, but we're getting it done this evening. Nevertheless, it's approximately 4 minutes after 6 o'clock, and I have Mr. Peter Gracie getting ready to come on from This is Jamaica. Okay, let's go ahead and invite him onto the screen with us this evening. Mr. Gracie, how are you doing this evening?
I'm doing perfect, man.
Okay, very good, very good. As I always ask you that question, and I always get the very same answer over and over. Nadine, what
Consistency,
am I
right?
going to learn?
Consistency. Yeah.
Consistency, consistency. Yes, indeed. So it's good to have you here with us this week, and I know it must have been a busy week within the Southern diaspora last week, as there's a whole lot of stuff going on. What about This is Jamaica? What is going on for this week?
Well, thanks for asking, man. First, let me just say this. I know when I spoke to you earlier, you said that you were at a funeral. And
Yes.
let me take off the diaspora hat for a minute. Let me take off the This is Jamaica hat for a minute, and all those other masks and all that. And my brother, I just you know me, man. And I just want to say this for you, man. I pen my condolences for your loss. Like saline drips the constant tears. I cannot feel what you're feeling, but if you can feel my heart, it cares. I sense your strength through the eyes of many, and your burden is heaviest to bear. For when you're weak, for you, my brother, I'm strong. So condolences from my heart. It cares. Now, with that said,
yes, sir.
This is Jamaica man, I got so many things in my head, man, and it's all for the kids. It's there's nothing in it for me, you know. It's all for the kids, and right now we're getting ready to launch to announce our title sponsor, the Lorraine J. Smith Foundation, who's going to allow us to outfit computers in schools, and you're going to hear from Miss Norma Jarrett, who is the president for Ofana, and through Ofana we're able to do our agricultural programs, But hey, look who we have here, you know,
Welcome, Miss Norma.
you know, surprise, right? But but right now, as far as this is Jamaica, what's coming up? We're getting ready for the scholarship competition. We're planning the fundraiser in November. We're planning the stuff to go on both sides of the story with Durban Malcolm, all that. And also, I'm getting ready to launch an initiative with the Jamaica Tourist Board for This is Jamaica. So we have a lot of stuff in planning, but I just want to say I'm going to step back for a minute and I'm going to allow this beautiful lady to my right, right? My sister from another set of parents. I want to introduce her, the the illustrious, the president of OFANO, Old Farmers Association of North America, OLE Farmers Association of North America, Miss Norma Jarrett. What's going on, my sister?
Hi, Peter. Thank you for having me. Hi, Nadine. And I too would like to express my condolences. And on behalf of myself and the old farmers in the diaspora, please do accept our sincere condolences on your loss.
You're most welcome. And I will kind of drop off right here as I get another family member of mine's already who has passed, who's Peter Morgan. And we're going to be having his funeral on Thursday evening. But I'm going to get some stuff ready for you on that. Okay, Nadine, you have this interview with Mr. Peter Gracie.
Okay, so thank you, Miss Norma, for being able to join us on such short notice. But
Well, thank you, Nadine, and it is indeed my pleasure. If Peter summons you, you have to go.
I was about to say that. I was about to say that.
When Peter calls, you have no excuse. He pulls you in and you are his prisoner. So it's a good thing, though, Peter, because you help us to spread the word throughout the diaspora. And I really want to commend you on the impactful work that you do, not only as the diaspora Southern leader, but also the boots on the ground and the work that you're doing with This is Jamaica and the children on our island. And, once you called, we would have to respond to the needs down there. So I lift my hat to you. And on behalf of Afana, we thank you for the work that you do, the impactful work that you
Thank
do.
you very much. And let me just make this clear. This is not my show,
I know it's not. I
but
know.
but I just want to say, just on behalf of This is Jamaica, um, because the thing is, just as though This is Jamaica is making a difference, Ofana is making just as much a difference because we leverage each other. Where there's no personal benefit here. There's no tactics. There's none of that. We're doing these things for the right reasons. And I can't take credit for This is Jamaica because I have to have the team of This is Jamaica take that credit, not me. It takes a village, as you know.
And Peter, that is why we work so very well together because we understand the mission. It's not about you, it's not about me. It is about the totality of our membership, our board. I have an executive that stands behind me and work tirelessly. Leading their regions. I have Miss Donna Breadwood in the Atlanta area, Miss Norma Dawkins. I have Mr. Peterson Walburton down in South Florida. I have Miss Audrey Spence all the way up in Toronto. And together we are doing impactful work. And, once you introduce self, it doesn't work. It has to be about the mission and our beneficiaries. And so we continue to do what I call God's work. And Peter, thank you for introducing us to so many possibilities. We in Afana are graduates of the Jamaica School of Agriculture, COA, and the current institution, which is CASE. And we are the brand ambassador for our alma mater. We work tirelessly to position the school as the best tertiary agriculture school, and we invest in the students and the campus infrastructure. And as an offshoot from that, we also try to help others when they call us. Case is our primary beneficiary, but we're in the agriculture sector, we're promoting agriculture. And so when you call, and Rachel Dulcine and others call for assistance in the agriculture sector to promote wholesome food for children, we can't say no. We just have to pivot and go, which brings me to our current project that we're working on at Redwood.
Wow.
I spoke to Principal McCoy a few nights ago, and she said, Lord, Miss Norma, I don't know what to do, but Mr. Gracie just love we. I said, Mr. Gracie love everybody. I said, I haven't seen one person that Mr. Gracie doesn't love. And so her enthusiasm is so infectious, Peter. I am so grateful that we are able to do some kind of assistance with what you're trying to promote at Redwood. And interestingly enough, I sent out the promotional material that you sent to me to, all my contacts and stuff. And you'd never believe this. I got a text from our CG, Alcyon Wilson, up here in the Northeast. And she said, Redwood Primary is my school.
Oh, no.
Yes.
Are you kidding me?
No, I am not kidding. She texted me and she's like, Redwood Primary is my school. I was shocked. Yes.
Oh, I am just shocked to see him now.
Yes.
You're saying that.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
And as you know, CG does a lot of work in the diaspora. She likes to invest in Jamaica and in what we're doing. And when she said that, I'm like, okay, now we have to go top line, top shelf. Oh my goodness. So let's get back to the program, because what we have done, Peter, you have done the competition, This is Jamaica, with the students, and you have adapted that school. And interestingly enough, you have invested so much in that school. It's unbelievable. So she sent me the mural that is there in the school, compliments of you and your organization. And she has been sending me pictures, of the work that they're doing right now to make sure that the students have fresh, wholesome, nutritious fruits and vegetables and produce for the cafeteria. So what we've done, we have partnered with the Jamaica Agriculture Society through Mrs. Janet Pullen, and she has also co-opted the Jamaica Agriculture primary person on the ground to assist her, with coordinating this, because we are remote, we are in America, we are not down there in Jamaica. But with all the projects that we do, it is imperative that we get boots on the ground who can monitor the project for us and who can really assess the need and know what our mission and our vision is and make sure that happens. So Janet has volunteered. Well, I'm like you. I capture prisoners.
Capture prisoners, right? Voluntold, right? Nadine?
Yes, Nadine. She was voluntold that she will have to help us. And of course, most of the time, our benefactors, they don't understand the impactful work and all the hard work that goes behind, the work that we do down in Jamaica. And I have to, again, I can't stop plugging my Afana members, my sponsors, my donors, and my executive. all of whom make the things that we do happen. And how do we do this? And I know I'm all over the place right now, but I just want to give you the big picture. For example, on March 23rd of this year, my Ofana Florida group, who is led by the one and only Mr. Peterson Warburton, they're having what is known as a spring fling. And this is going to be at Club 19 at Pembroke Lakes Country Club at 6 p.m. There's going to be dinner and dancing. And if you're interested, I want you to call 754-236-1035. Now, funds that we get from these fundraisers, people specify, do you want it for scholarship? Do you want it for our general Ofana initiatives? And then there are those special projects like the one we're doing in Redwood, where we go out and we seek people to help us fund this so that we're not moving away from our mission, which is to provide scholarship opportunities to the students at Case. So what Miss McCoy has done thus far, she has voluntold the parents and the students at Redwood. So I see Peter put up a photo on
No, that was Nadine.
Oh,
Nadine.
thank you, Nadine.
Yes.
So what has happened is that they have already started to clear the fields, and this is volunteer work. We're not paying anybody to do this. This is volunteer work by the parents, the students, and community persons who are now clearing the field. And I was down in Jamaica in January, where Ofana participated in the Founders Day. I am sorry I didn't get a chance to get to Redwood, but what I did, I left the funds with Miss Pullen so that she can, create possibilities for whatever is needed there. And so they're clearing the field. When I spoke to Mrs. McCoy, the principal, a couple of days ago, what she said was that there was a long period of drought. Yeah. And this had stopped the whole clearing of the field and the plowing of the field because the grounds were just too hard. And so now they just had and that's Jamaica for you. They just had a huge rainfall, and so they're now able to continue the work that they started. I spoke to Mrs. Pullen also, who has informed me. I told her Miss McCoy needed cutlass. She needed hose. She needed, things to help her to make this project a success. And she said, Norma, don't worry. The Jamaica Agriculture Society will be able to help her. And so you have to have strategic partners in whatever you do. Peter, he pulled me in. I have pulled in others that I know. And my Ofana team, yes, my Ofana team is so committed to make sure that the agriculture sector is a success in Jamaica.
What about like drums and after they've planted drums and whatever additional things they're going to need to sustain it? Is that going to be available to them or what? How does that part work?
That is a great question. Ofana is a member of an umbrella organization called UJA, the Union of Jamaican Alumni Association. And UJA has a water tank project that they do. And so Redwood is on the list to receive one of these water tanks from UJA free of cost.
Wow.
And yes, and also when Mrs. Pullen was on hand, her and Miss McCoy have identified where they could get containers, yeah, and the hose. We talk about drip irrigation, Miss Pullen. We're thinking about all of those things, and we want to really, really document this project because this project could be the prototype for many other projects to come. And so what we envision is that these produce that they're going to plant in the fields on the school campus will be served in the cafeteria so the children can have nutritious food even once for the day. This might be their only nutritious meal, and so they're gonna have this. And then whatever is left over can be sold, so the project itself can sustain itself, because we don't have unlimited resources, but we want to make sure that once we start a project with an organization, they're able to sustain themselves, because it's not for show. I'm not a show person. Everybody that knows me know I pull my boots on, and I lift up my sleeves, and I get the work done. But you don't want to have the work done and then it fizzles. We're
Yes.
hoping that what Peter is doing with This is Jamaica, in addition to what we're doing in the agriculture sector, all of that comes together and make this community a better place, not only just for agriculture, but for the arts and for the welfare. We have so much crime all over the world. If people have something meaningful to do, or they can put their talent to use, I think some of this crime that we have can be greatly reduced. And so when we do things, we do it for the greater good of all. And thank you, Peter, for allowing us the opportunity in Afana to, just lend a helping hand, because, it's not our project, it's everybody's project. Now,
Everyone's project. And
everyone,
you know what? I just want to say, this is Jamaica is one of the easiest organization you can be a part of, because we leverage. We're
yes.
not out there trying to do work that other people are doing. Why are we recreating the wheel? We bring in people. So, and I wanted to let you know that my good friend to the left here, Miss Nadine, has just accepted the position as secretary of This is Jamaica.
Wow, congratulations, Nadine.
Yes.
I'm telling you, you're not gonna regret it. Working with Peter is easy. I tell you, he captures you, he locks you down, but it's meaningful work that he affords you the opportunity to do. So
Hey,
congratulations.
but I like them phrase
Voluntold,
away,
John.
Norma.
Voluntold, Miss Norma. Voluntold.
Hold on, Miss Norma. But I like them phrase the way I use them. First, you say prisoner, then you say lockdown.
You know, my father ran the prisons
Yes.
in St. Catherine, so
Oh, so there you go. That's where that's
that's a
coming from.
reference point.
Yes.
you know, um,
Yes.
I have to tell you, in all seriousness, though, this diaspora diaspora leaders, I I have worked very, very closely with all of you. I have worked for years with Dr. Dunkley. I have worked with you, Peter, and never a time that you've called upon Ofana that we have not delivered, and never a time that Ofana has called upon you that you have not delivered. And I know that this project at Redwood is going to be a success, because it's not about us, it's about the mission.
Right. Right. Exactly. It's
And
about all of our missions combined.
correct. And
You know.
Ofana, of course, I am telling you, when we commit to something, we see it through. And I lift my hat, and again, I commend my members, because it's not about Norma Jarrett. It's about all my members. And we don't always see eye to eye. There might be different approaches to doing things, but we all, when called upon, know what the mission is, and then we work towards that goal.
I can just imagine from the students' perspective, just seeing the hard work being put into place, and then actually watching the foods and stuff growing, and knowing that this is what we're eating, organic stuff straight from the ground into our feet. I think they'll have a better appreciation from it, and hopefully we'll get some farmers out of that batch.
And
Yes.
you know what? What you just said, Nadine, is super important, because one of the reasons I really like the fact that Ofana is there, it's because when you just mentioned that hopefully you get some farmers out of the batch. The thing is, when you bring in an agricultural project into any institution, or or anything like that, it teaches patience, you know, because I couldn't be I can be a farmer in my own yard, but I couldn't really be a farmer out there, because when my ADHD kicking, me get up and I'm gone, right? And these things take time to grow. You have to watch these things. You plant a seed. It's like the reference in the Bible. You plant seeds and you watch it grow.
Mhm.
And so just the fact that we can have someone like Norma sitting here and she's been with Ofana for so many years. You just
17
know that the
years.
how many?
17 years. We started in
Yeah.
2007, and I must commend Errol Webley, who is the brainchild for this organization, because he kept bothering me. No, he was like you, Norma. Why don't we start a little thing for the old farmers? And I said, Errol, go ahead and do it. Oh no, man, you start, because you like them things, Errol. The next year again, he comes again. And we co-opt another friend, Wendell Cardner, to be a part of this whole strategic partnership. And I don't think any of us envisioned that we would be where we are right now, because Ofana donated a plant tissue culture lab at Case for 120,000 US dollars. That is going to provide clean seedlings for farmers and drought resistant planting material. We have given over 141 scholarships to the tune of 145,000 US dollars. We just brought on some microscopes and laptops. And interestingly, what you just mentioned there, Nadine, is the fact that once these children see what is happening, it's going to stimulate even one student. And that one student, you never know, is going to apply to Case to become an old farmer eventually, and to be a well-trained agriculture practitioner who can help to guide the government and the farmers. And yes, the food that the students are going to be eating is going to be organic food. Yes, because we talked about the fact that we don't want any pesticides, the use of any pesticides or anything like that, because we want to make sure that whatever we're giving to the students is wholesome and organic. So I'm just excited about this project. And we did one with Peter. I don't know if you know Rachel out of Maryland, Rachel Dulcine.
Yeah, I know the name. I don't know her. I know her name.
Yeah, she like you, she liked to arrest people into helping with her.
There you go. There you go again.
She like, I call it
Lockdown,
arrest,
prisoner lockdown. Now use the word arrest.
She pulled us in,
Yeah.
and again, I always have to have somebody who is boots on the ground. So Pius Lacan, who is the past president of the Case Alumni Association, he was my boots on the ground down there. And Rachel and her family, their foundation built a playground on the campus in Westmoreland. And us in Afana and the Case alumni group, we were able to do the container gardens and the fruit tree planting. I don't even know where Petersfield is. All I know is that we made an impact in the lives of those students. That's all we need to know. We don't need to be friends with anybody or have any close ties. We are Jamaicans, and it is our responsibility to make sure our country thrives. So this project at Redwood is going, I'm hoping that it will go to greater heights. And with your help, Peter, and with my Afana members and our sponsors and donors, and if anyone is listening here that is so moved to help us to get this going, we would greatly appreciate the help. And of course, don't forget March 23rd, 2024, our Spring Fling at Club 19 at Pembroke Lake Country Club, 6 p.m., dinner and dancing. And it's the funds that we make from fundraisers like these that afford us the opportunity to spread our benevolence. So thank you.
Norma, I'm gonna put you in the hot spot again once for just for a quick second. I hear that they have
That's
an
okay.
Atlanta chapter and that you
We
guys are having
do.
an upcoming event. You want to talk a little bit about that?
We do indeed. I have a dynamic team, small team, but very impactful team in Atlanta. We have Miss Donna Breadwood, who is my vice president in the Atlanta region. And how Afana works, you have one national president, which happen to be me right now. And then we have each region that we have has a vice president who is the person that coordinates the region. So I talked to you about the Spring Fling in Florida, that's Peterson Warburton. And I spoke to you, we have a walk up in Toronto. Audrey Spence is our vice president up there, and she works with the Alliance of Jamaican Alumni Association in Toronto. But in Atlanta, Donna Breadwood and Dr. Norma Dawkins are my point persons there, along with a group of really, when I say dedicated members. And they're planning, I don't want to jump the gun and announce right now, but they're planning, they had the start of an annual event in 2019, and then came COVID, so they couldn't continue. So I think they're looking at picking up again to do work, another fundraising project in Atlanta. They have had Giving Tuesday, which, Atlanta and Alabama persons have made impactful donation to us through this Giving Tuesday. So now they are planning an event for the summer. So I will come back on this portal with my wonderful Atlanta team. And I know that the Atlanta team right now is having huge explosion. So my people are willing to partner with them and to see how best we can create possibilities.
Yes, that little birdie is Dr. Bailey, actually.
There you go. There you go. So please do give him my contact information so that we can, have a symbiotic relationship going. Because you know what? Many hands make work light. And we are all doing this for what? Jamaica. Yeah? So
We want to thank you so much for taking the time out to come and share your partnership with This is Jamaica. And we definitely look forward to having you and your team back. Just make sure you tell us close to when you're having your event and come on out. And we Atlanta folks, we'd love to know more about it to be able to support you and help your team to continue this awesome work. And who knows, maybe we could do some partnership with the Atlanta Jamaican Association. Let's let the
indeed.
sky be our limit.
Indeed, indeed. And we have done some work over the years with the Atlanta Jamaica Association. And I will be bringing back my Atlanta team. Maybe I won't be on, but I like to showcase my region
Mhm.
vice presidents because they're the ones, boots on the ground, that are making it happen in the regions. And, I see that you have, and you're honoring some people in Atlanta. I think that my people in Atlanta are so, so, so
Deserving.
impactful
Yes.
and deserving of.
And guess what? Guess what? We can put them on the list for next year.
There
How
you
about
go. There you
that?
go. There
Most
you go. I
definitely.
love that. Yes,
Yes.
love it. Love
Most
it. 'Cause
definitely.
truly, they do impactful work in Atlanta, and because they're such a small group, we're trying to spread the word and to get people out to be a part so we can have that symbiotic relationship that we talk about. I could talk for hours about Afana, about This is Jamaica, about all the work that we're doing about Kiss, but I know your time is
I
limited.
know, I know, I know.
And
But
I
we
want to say
thank you.
thank you. Thank you so very much. It's been a great evening. Peter, thank you for introducing us to Redwood. We're going to make it happen. Yes?
I listen. I appreciate you. You don't even know how much I appreciate you, um, and the partnership that I've formed with Jamaica Explosion.
Yes. Yes.
Pastor Shaw, you've been such a blessing.
Yes.
You know,
Yes. Yes.
because now we're actually bringing out things into the light. You and Nadine, and then Nadine just jump aboard. Remember, said Nadine should jump aboard. This is Jamaica. I'm telling you, um, if I could say, here's This is Jamaica, go ahead and just do it. Remove me out of the equation. That's how I would love to see it. Just create a system around a mission so it's sustainable, as my friend, Coach Wayne Dawson would say. So, thank you very much for having me. And I just love you guys, man. And, it's, it's real. It's real. It's real.
It is real. And thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Pastor Shaw. Thank you, Nadine. Or should I say Nadine?
Nadine.
Don't listen to him.
I am truly truly blessed to be here this evening, and I use this as an opportunity to say, let us work together,
Yes.
Bafana and you all, so that we can provide the amenities that our island needs, and just to impact people in general, because everyone needs a little something, and to know that there's possibility out there. It's not about tearing down each other, it's about building each other up. So thank you again.
Okay, and thank you both for what you're doing, and thank you for your contributions. When I saw the pictures and knowing exactly what This is Jamaica is about, and it's geared towards the youth, which is one of my passions, I just had to get on board, and I'm definitely looking forward to a great partnership, although I was voluntold.
No, don't worry. Yes, we soon jogging past the shark. It's just a
Wow.
word there.
Peter, thank you, sir. Thank you. So now she could put the This is Jamaica behind her on our screen sharer.
Yes.
So Miss Atlanta Happening has now turned into Miss Jamaica. Miss Jamaica.
My brother, listen, man. I just met you like
Atlanta.
in a short period, but I must say this: what
Yes.
you see is real, and
Yes.
I love you so much. Love you both, you and Nadine and
Yes.
Norma. You don't even know. Words. There's just no words to express it. Don't judge me when I screw up sometimes, because to be human is it's.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
So let's just do our best and see what we can do for these kids in Jamaica. That's
Very
it,
good.
you know.
Very good.
That's it. It's all
Yeah,
about the children, man.
that's it. Yeah.
So we're gonna
Mhm.
have you guys back again. You both back again, and of course another great friend of mine, Mr. Peter Gracie, that you might have voluntold back then, will be coming, and that's Master Coach Mia. She's coming up with her section in a section in a minute. The strength to breathe. So thanks again, Mr. Gracie. Thanks again, Miss Garrett, and it was our pleasure having you here. And we hope to have you back again next week, if not the week after, Mr. Gracie. Okay.
Yes,
Thank
sir.
you. The pleasure was
Thank you very
mine.
much.
Have a great
I love you
evening.
guys. See you guys later.
Thank
All right.
So, guys, I hope you're willing to partner. You're willing to join in. Don't stay away. There's a lot of great things happening, and you can be a part of it. If you don't want to go to Jamaica for the boots on the ground, you can support the fundraising events.
Okay, Nadine, I'm going to ask Master Coach to just hold on for a couple of minutes because we've been trying to get this gentleman to come on today. And he's a older gentleman in the Caribbean diaspora. And I have him on phone, and he just wants to speak to us on phone.
Okay, Mr. Godfrey Blair, we finally getting him. Okay,
Yes.
sorry, Mia, I'm sorry.
Mr. Godfrey, you still there?
Yes, sir.
Okay, all right. We can't see you today, but we can certainly speak to you. And I know that you are a world-class cricketer.
Yes, sir.
How many years now since you have been in the, and I know you've been retired for quite a while. Give us a little background on you. And Mia's going to just hold on for a second while we get you a few words from you today.
Okay.
Go ahead. When did you start off in the business of cricket?
Oh, okay. I started playing when I was 9 years old.
Wow, wow, wow.
Okay, and I played all the major competitions in Jamaica. But when I at the international level, I started to play at Lucas Cricket Club, senior, junior. I played junior.
Mm-hmm.
I played minor, junior, and senior cup at the Lucas Cricket Club in Jamaica.
Mm-hmm.
I played at Eastern Morris as a captain, Mr. George Prescott,
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Garrick, and so forth. And I migrated to the United States back in 1967,
Mm-hmm.
and I played for Wembley Cricket Club and I played for Primrose Cricket Club. And then I went to Chicago and I played for, I formed the Caribbean Cricket Club in Chicago, Caribbean Athletic Cricket Club in Chicago. And I went back to New York and I played for Wembley again.
Mm-hmm.
And I played for the Masters, in the Masters League too. And I retired in 2000. 2008 I retired.
Okay, so Mr. Blair, we're looking forward to having you here next week. Are you in coming up for this award here in the Atlanta area?
Yes, I'll be there, sir.
Okay, so we're looking
Okay.
forward to having you at the Atlanta Caribbean Community Awards. And we're recognizing you as a pioneer in the cricket industry. And we understand that when we bring back all these names, those cricket lovers, when they hear the name Godfrey Blair, they just go crazy.
Yes, sir.
My partner Wesley is such an avid lover of sports that
Yes, sir.
he does this the soccer and the cricket part of things,
Yeah.
and he said he was going crazy. He said, Godfrey Blair, guess who I'm talking to? Godfrey Blair. We have to bring him into the Atlanta area. We
Yes,
have
sir.
to recognize
One
him
thing
for
I
all.
forget. One thing I forgot to tell you that I was inducted in the Cricket Hall of Fame back in Boca Raton in 2021.
Wow.
Yeah, so I'm a member of the Cricket Hall of Fame.
Okay.
Okay, so next week I get to meet a Hall of Famer, my first Hall of Famer.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So Mr. Blair, thanks for calling in, and we're gonna definitely get you on again another time when we get your cameras working, and I look forward to meeting you next week. Okay. All right.
I saw the work the video did not work out. The I think they didn't work out the video. It did not work out. I couldn't get I couldn't get my mic going.
Well, we're going to work with you over the next course of 2 weeks or so and get you back on here, right? So they could see you, okay? And we'll see you live in person next week, okay?
Okay, so thank you so much, Mr.
Pastor Rob or Pastor Shaw, that's either one, okay?
Okay, sir.
All right.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you. Okay, then.
Bye-bye.
So there you got it, avid folks. We were able to get at least Mr. Godfrey to speak with us this evening, and we kind of stepped on Miss Myers' time a little bit this week, but I pray your forgiveness as we're trying to get everybody going here this week. How are you doing, Master Coach?
I'm doing wonderful. I'm trying to push through. I mean, today was crazy. My allergies started acting up, and then been having this back pain for the last couple of days. So I'm, it's like, look here, I have to push through today.
Well, thank you.
We're glad you could stop here. I'm actually in New York doing this for the very first time from my laptop. Not normally I'm doing it from my studio. So I'm going to let Miss Nadine take over while I go do some of the technical things and she speak with you today. Okay? All right.
All right. Sounds good.
So Mia, thank you so much for taking time out to join us. What exactly are you sharing today with our audience? We look forward to your knowledge and sharing.
So I'm going to share a little bit about how to redefine ourselves and become a better version of who we need to be. And, what that entails is that it involves breaking free, removing all those old habits and replacing them with the good ones. Doing some self-reflection to understand what truly matters to you and ways to make intentional choices that help us become that better version mentally, spiritually, and also physically. And also, it's so important to be open to embracing change. And Lord knows, many of us, we struggle with that. We don't like to change. If we have a set way of doing things,
Amen.
We don't like doing change nothing.
Amen. Amen. You're preaching to the choir here.
But it's good though. And, I want to share a couple of steps in that. And the first one is self-awareness. That's understanding who we are, where we want to be in life. For many of us, we're always been told this is who we need to be, this is what we need to do, and then it becomes confusing. And now it starts affecting us mentally, and we no longer see self anymore. We become voiceless, we lose our communication skills, our true purpose, and even our identity. until one day, we were looking in the mirror and asking ourselves, who am I? Who have I become?
Mhm.
And we have to reassess our current situation, some of the challenges that we're facing, and what are some of the strengths, what are our weaknesses and fears to get back to finding self, who we are. So that's a big thing that I found with some of my clients and people I've spoken to, that self-awareness, because now the truth comes in and we hate facing the truth.
Oh yeah,
So
definitely.
once we get past that, then the next thing is self reflection. We got to reflect on what's missing in our life, setting obtainable, realistic goals, rooted in reality. Sometimes we have these big dreams of, doing this and doing that, and then we lose track, when we make those New Year's resolution of all these things we're going to do, but we know we can't obtain them. And then by maybe 2 weeks, a month later, it's like, you know what? I can't do it anymore. So we have to set those realistic,
And we get
goals.
frustrated too.
Yeah. You want to lose weight and you say, you want to X amount, and it's a process, things, and it takes time if we do it the
Yeah, we
right
don't have
way.
the patience.
Yeah. So, and then also we have to engage in some self-care practice, like practicing mindfulness. Sometimes it's a way of quieting our minds, and refocus, even, getting a closer bond with God and hear some of those wisdoms. Also exercising, eating nutritional diet, and also journaling, you know. Um, for those that are, voiceless or can't express verbally how they're feeling, journaling is great to get your thoughts and your feelings, your emotions, and also your surroundings. It can also help us cope through stress and anxiety. And again, we have to be honest with self to address those uncomfortable truths, as I talked about earlier, and avoid hindering that personal growth. So we got to self reflect. And I think, we talked about that earlier um, this year, about that, making those self reflections and those New Year's resolution. And the next one, again, is seek support. Some of us are hesitant to even, seek for guidance or asking someone to help us, whether it's a trusted friend, a family member, or even a professional therapist or coaches like myself. They have the insights and support that can aid us in our journey for self discovery, and also help us to adapt to new situations, reevaluate our worth, because sometimes we feel that we're not worth anything. We put ourselves down, and we really have to, you know, um, implement that self love, that we're worthy for certain things, and worthy to be loved, worthy to be in relationships, worthy for, achieving our goals and being successful. And also to,
Before you go on to that, Mia, can you
uh-huh.
expand? Because I know as a culture, Jamaicans on a
Hmm.
whole, we do have a stigma about reaching out for help.
Yeah, especially with Caribbeans and African American community, it's a big stigma because to them it's a sign of weakness. And again, we don't want to face the truth that if we're having, mental challenges, that are we crazy? When it's sometimes we just need to get to the root of the problem so that we can be on that journey of healing. Because if we don't know what is troubling us, we can't move forward. So we have to remove that stigma. Because even growing up, being Caribbean, we were taught that we're not supposed to share our feelings. Everything is keep hush hush and stuff. So as we get older, we do the same thing and we pass that same thing on to our children rather than opening. Because I also experienced that when I was, going through diagnosed with breast cancer, that I was having thoughts of suicide. And, telling my mother, and to her, he was like, normally, we go to the pastor and, get prayed on and stuff. But she said, look here, you need to go see somebody, and find out what it is. And it was my fear of dying. And once I came to terms with, okay, the cancer is gone, let me just get through this treatment, some of that started easing away. But if I didn't go see somebody, again, those thoughts would continue. And who knows, I may not even be here on the show today. So, again, it's important to seek help. And it's just sharing your thoughts. Why are you having these, maybe depression one time, why are you having anxiety? Why are you crying? Why are you upset? Whatever it is, and just get to the root of the problem and just get to that road to, healing and being happy again on there. So on the next one, I like to talk about is practice extreme self-care. And this where it comes into play with our mental, our physical, and spiritual care. As far as like starting with mental, it's about engaging in activities that relax our mind, whether it's going for walks, whether it's, meditating, hanging out with friends, these things can help you expand your knowledge, also promote your thinking, and also mindfulness meditation is wonderful, and you start to learn new skills about yourself and discovering things. So whatever it is, journaling, that's part of mental care as well. And then we talk about physical care, and that is about prioritizing our daily movements, quality like sleeping, proper nutrition, occasional, we may detox, physical health, getting your annual physical and checkups. With that, again, going for walks, exercising, those things for heart health and whatever, chronic illness you may have, that plays a role as well too. Spiritual care, we know we have to be spiritual bounded because again, all things work with God. you know Going through my challenges is like, hey, I had to keep praying and just pushing through and keeping my faith strong. So you build that connection um, spiritually, with self through practice. And again, you can do meditation as a spiritual care. Again, nature walks, attending religious service, whether you go to church or, however you look at spirituality. Again, journaling is another good way of, as well. Talking to your pastor, you know, and anything that you can feel spiritually connected is a positive thing. So reading your Bible, you
Yes,
know,
definitely.
with that.
Definitely, because oftentimes people, even parents or adults, they get so caught up with doing things for the family members. They forget
Hmm.
self-care. They forget to say, hey, let me just go walk for a quick 10 minutes or
Yeah.
15 minutes. Just do me, not worrying about your spouse, your kids, your parents, even because a lot of elderly parents are now living with their kids, but just
Hmm.
taking that time out to just do you for that half hour or 45 minutes, I really think it makes such a difference.
Yeah, and one of the things, growing up, of course, my father was a pastor, and we used to do on Wednesday devotions. And as a pre-K kid, sometimes I would rebel, with this whole, thing, and it was understanding the Bible, what the scriptures meant. And then I started loving, you know, um, reading the Bible and enjoying every Wednesday. And it's a great way for family to also connect with each other as well, doing things. Self-care is not just for individual, but you have to include the family with that for things to work. And we get caught up in, you sitting at the table, because I know growing up, you sit at the table, my mother would ask, how was school, what's going on with you and stuff. Now sometimes we're sitting at a dinner table, kids are on their phones and distracted and nobody's talking, and you know and to where when they get in front of each other, they don't know what to say, or they sit next to each other and they're texting.
Right, right.
So sometimes it's to take away all that social media, everything, and go to the movies or sitting at home
Go
watching a
to the
movie and
park with the whole
yeah,
family, just enjoy nature for that half hour.
yeah, nowadays. Yeah, we know how that sunshine and that air, when you're in the house and you're feeling depressed and everything. Sometimes I go out and walk. I get outside because it gives you a whole different perspective, and that you learn to appreciate things. And that's, lead me to the next one is self, gratitude, being thankful. I was listening to something and, watching, I said, we live here in the States, and, sometimes we take life for granted because all the things that we have access to, and we look at all these other countries that are limited to things, whether it's mental health care, these things, and we complain every day.
Basic
And
water,
all this is
basic
like,
water, electricity.
yeah, yeah, the simple things, yeah, we take for granted, that we just have to reflect on that and just be thankful every day. And sometimes people don't recognize that till they've gone through something. And even now for me, being a 24-year breast cancer survivor, I don't care if it's raining, storming, whatever it is. I say, look here, today is a wonderful day because I'm alive. I said, some people didn't wake up this morning. Some were just being told, they have X amount of time to live, or some didn't even wake up. So we have to implement, that gratitude, and be thankful of who we are, and be proud of our culture, wherever it is, and just, and love on self love, that many of us, again, trouble with loving who we are, because we always tearing ourselves down or doubting. So again, folks, just have gratitude. And
I've started. I've
finally.
started a gratitude jar, Mia, and I didn't even realize I could write so much, because on my little sticky pad, I find that I'm writing not just one thing, but I'm writing two, three things per day
Mhm.
that I'm thankful for. I'm maybe needing a bigger jar.
Well, you know what I used to do years ago when I was going through those mental challenges, and for, I say, about 6 months, because I lost my hair, I wouldn't look at myself in the mirror, and it was my doctor's assistant that told me. She said, we were talking. I said I felt less of a woman. I didn't recognize the person I saw in the mirror. And she said, whenever you get the courage, you need to stand in front of that mirror naked and accept the person you see in that mirror. Because regardless if you lost your breasts, your hair, whatever, you're still a woman, But I didn't like that image. And what I used to do is put sticky notes all over the bathroom mirror of affirmations. And once I accepted that, I took that sticky note off the mirror until eventually they were all gone. And that was my self love. That was me just loving myself all over again. So sometimes, those are things that we can do until, we start to love ourselves.
And I see Miss Joan put in the chat that expressing yourselves through poetry.
Yes. And I love her book too, Still We Smile, because sometimes them days when I don't feel as happy or love, I pick up her book and I start reading, and that's like a, self-motivation. It's like, okay, I'm good now. So, whatever, it takes for us to feel happy and self-love, you know, And again, self-care looks different to everyone. So it's, you have to tailor it to your needs. And also know that going to a spa for the weekend doesn't solve your problems, because Monday morning, it always happened. I had a client that she went to the spa, got massage and everything, felt good. Went to work Monday morning. Her boss threw some folders on her desk and was like, "I need this done by 3 o'clock." And she like, she called me. She said, "I'm in the bathroom. I need help." you know. And I say, "Look here, just we went through a little breathing exercise and stuff." And I said, "Again, I told you self-care, that whole weekend you did is just for the weekend. But you got to practice it every day." And we found tools and stuff to help her with those stressful moments and get back on track.
Well, it's good that she had that support and actually call that lifeline, because that is so
Yep.
critical.
Yeah. She was about to scream. It's like, okay, you're in the bathroom. And, she was good. She had to regroup and stuff. And, even at work, sometimes, you have to take those little 5 minutes and just take a quick, meditation moment, or whether, you have lunch in your car, wherever it is, and just kind of, quiet the mind and just get back on track. And know that part of reinventing yourself, that journey it takes time. It's not something that's going to happen right away. It's effort, it's discipline, it's perseverance. It's making that commitment that you want to change, that you want to find happiness, mentally, physically, and spiritually. And be prepared that you're going to have setbacks. It's okay, but you can get back up, you know. And it also involves, checking in with self. Sometimes checking in with self is that reflection. Okay, this week I didn't do this, or I need to work on this. So sometimes it could be a weekly thing, it could be a monthly thing, but sometimes we have to check in with self. And when we incorporate these practices daily, it helps us maintain consistency in our self-care habits, that crosses the mind, body, and spirit. And it will help us to embark on a new transformation journey to become, again, that better version of ourselves, enjoy life, smiling, building positive relationships, and those precious family moments that, we do outside and everything, and not feeling depressed or, the stress and anxiety. And it's also that willing to break those old habits, taking risk. Because if we don't take those risks or want to change, we won't know what works and what doesn't work. And being open to learning, new things about ourselves, and, aligning our values and, aspiration. But we have to be true to self, believe in your potential, and most of all, we have to stop living in other people's purpose, because it doesn't do us any good.
Wow. So I see that you all had quite an interesting chat here this evening. And Miss Mia, we just can't get you on, just once. I
Mhm.
We have these many excellent speakers, and from this is the strength to breed. But Miss Mia, we want to see you on more often, because you have so much to
Definitely.
share, and you are the president. And we want to get to know you just a little bit more, because I could see there's a lot, there's some deep things there that needs to come out to us. What do you say, Nadine?
Mhm.
Oh, definitely. It's always a pleasure talking to Mia and her team, but definitely talking to you, Mia. We appreciate you sharing your challenges and how you have overcome some of those challenges. And
Mhm.
hopefully that will be an inspiration to some of our listeners, that maybe they feel lack of self-worth, lack of
Yes.
everything, because they want to give up. They'll hear the word cancer, they think this is the end of it. But
Mhm.
just seeing you as an inspiration, that there's life after that, there's the family support, there's reaching out to friends. Definitely, we want to thank
Mhm.
you so much for sharing your experiences with us and with our audience.
Uh,
Oh, you're welcome. And I just want to say a happy Women's History Month. And of course, Friday is my birthday, which is Women International Women's Day. And, being multicultural, hey, it's a wonderful thing. So big shout out to all the women that are doing amazing, amazing things within their community and inspiring all of us.
okay, that's great, Mia. So we're gonna go ahead and wish you a happy birthday coming up, and I know you're gonna go out and just enjoy yourself and sit back, relax, get all that stress off and everything like that.
Yes.
And Nadine, I was thinking because you're going to be over and Miss, this is Jamaica, I might just join the Strength to Breed theme.
Okay, I'm sure they could use the mail, additional mail on that team.
Of course.
Okay, yeah, from a
Yeah.
pastor's perspective too, So, what?
Yeah, I got all the women on my side. We need a little men. You got Peter Gracie over there on This is Jamaica.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
hey, we need a male perspective on our
So there
team.
we're going to balance it off, Nadine. So you've joined this is uh, Jamaica team,
Jamaica.
and I'm waiting for my
Mhm.
invitation to join the Strength to Breed team. I'm not just going
Well,
to take it.
you're getting it live and direct right now. So, there you go.
Okay, very good. And we enjoy having the both segments on every week, and I'm getting a lot of feedback from what we're growing and developing here, and this information is so needed.
Yes.
Like yesterday, we need it, and we're going to invite you back again, Mia, and of course, Miss Nadine. We'll continue this conversation. We went a little bit over today, but that's all right. We're going to go over just a little bit today, and Mia is going to join us again in the near future. But one of my relatives, Peter Morgan, my brother-in-law, has passed from Morgan's Heritage, and we promised that we would share something uh, today, at least one of his songs, one of his music on the show. I'll have more information on Mr. Peter Morgan in the coming weeks. So to share Jamaican Explosion, but we're going to share one of Mr. Peter Morgan's music, or a little tiny, thing, just to. I know we all. If you know Peter, you appreciated Peter.
Yes.
Yes,
I met him several times, and he's just an
yes,
awesome, awesome individual. The whole family, the whole Morgan Heritage family.
yes. So, Mia, you didn't even know that you were speaking to a member of the family. So,
Oh,
so yeah, so
yeah.
we're looking forward to a celebration down in Orlando on Thursday. The location has not yet been told, but it'll be Thursday. It's in Orlando, and we're looking forward to just going down there and celebrating Peter's life with the family. Okay,
Well,
so
I will
this
be
is
definitely be there, me and Miss Jones. So I look forward to seeing you.
very good, very good. We'll communicate. As soon as I get into here, I'll communicate and let you know where we're staying,
Mhm.
and definitely I'll meet you in person for the first time, Mia.
Yes.
Yeah, okay, very good, very good. So, thank you again, Mia, for stopping by. And Nadine, we just want to do this little segment here on Peter Morgan. Hopefully, it'll go through this time. Let's bring it on screen right here. Okay, and let's go to the.
And no soldiers fall. When they fall, their name is written on the wall. So we
I'm not sure if we were
We were
able to
hearing
hear.
it, but you just stopped it. We were hearing it.
Oh, okay. All right. So I was the one that stopped it. Okay. So I gotta say,
try them high and continue with the struggles in this life. So give thanks every morning, Jah open eyes, cause to rise and fall
Okay, so I'm gonna get it all straight one of these days with that. But as I said, I'm operating remotely, so we're giving it a try today.
No soldiers rise and no soldiers fall. With my father name is written on the wall. So we remember the cause that they fall for. But in death there's no reward. Cause when you're gone for a time some will cry. But life goes on and the love is drive them high and continue with the struggles in this life. So give thanks every morning, Jah open eyes, cause to rise and fall, to rise and fall is a cycle in life, yeah. So in this life, for a cause and your name will live forever. To rise and fall, to rise and fall is a cycle in life, yeah. So do your works and be remembered. Yes, do your works and be remembered. And wild on.
Once again, Pastor Rob, condolences to you and the family. I know this time is going to be
Yes.
very difficult. Thursday is going to be even more difficult, especially when you
Yeah.
have someone so
Mhm.
young passing away and they,
Mhm.
you see their potential and the additional things that they would have been able to contribute to towards
Mhm.
making a difference. That impact they've already made. So,
Yes, yes. And you know, we my wife is Peter's oldest sister, and Peter was in our wedding. You know, and we lived with the family in Springfield for a long time, and in Brooklyn for a long time. So they grew up in our hands. You know, these Morgan's heritage are what we know them as Peter and Grams and so forth. That we call him Brother Peter and uh, Brother Grams because we all call each other brothers and sisters, and it's taken a toll on the family. And
Mhm.
I'm praying my mother-in-law's strength as she goes through this, and on my wife and her sisters and brothers. And we'll have more on this as we go along. Just saying to the family, uh, be comforted in these times, and
Mhm.
we're going to celebrate Peter in a manner in which he deserves to be celebrated. Okay? All right.
Yes.
So once again, this is Pastor Rob along with Mia Holman, and of course, we have Miss Nadine Dixon on a Saturday evening. Went a little over this evening, but that's all right. That's all right. And Miss Mia, you look good on the screen here. To make you a part of Jamaican Explosion here. Okay. Very good. Okay. So we're going to say until next week. We won't be back next week. For next week is the award show.
Yes.
So what I plan to do, Nadine, is probably be doing some lives, um, uh, Jamaican Explosion from the award show. I might be able because this is my test this week because I'm actually in New York doing the show this week, not at the studio. So this is my test and my proof that I can do the show on the laptop without having to. So next week when we get into well, that's going to be a busy night for me. So I can't promise that I'll be on the set all night, but we'll do some shoots, right, Nadine?
yes, we will. Yes,
From
we
the
will, guys. So once again, come on out to front page 8010 Rockbridge Road in Lithonia. It's going to be an awesome night. The event starts at 6 p.m. with a dinner, followed by performances going on throughout. Then we'll have the award show. Then, of course, the after party, guys.
Okay, so there you have it. And you know what's Nadine's favorite part, right? Parties. Okay.
I mean, I
So
won't
I
tell if
say,
you won't tell Pastor Rob.
no, 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 no. You're speaking for yourself. I say, come for the show and stay for the after party. But I'm saying, come for the show and stay for the after
I
party.
say, come on out for the after party.
Okay.
Pastor
Okay.
Robin co-signing on that.
No, that's all right. Me, looking forward to seeing you this week and meeting you this week. And I pray God's blessing upon both of you until we meet again, until we speak again. This is Jamaican Explosion with Pastor Robert, Nadine, and Mia Almond this evening. God bless you, and we'll see you next week.
Bye-bye, guys.
All right. Bye-bye.